Hey Wargamers, today let's talk about Comander Shadowsun. Before we do that though, I want to say thanks for watching. If you like this video or any of my other videos, go ahead, hit the like button and the subscribe button. That way you don't miss any of my upcoming unit reviews, battle reports, or 8th edition hobby videos. Alright, so let's get into it. I have Index Xenos 2 here, and let's start with Commander Shadowsun's profile. Alright, so she has 8-inch movement, pretty typical for a jetpack unit. 3-up weapon skill, 2-up ballistic skill, as she should have for being a commander. Strength 4, toughness 4 with 5 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 9, and a 3-up save. So actually not terrible in close combat. A lot better than the standard stealth suit, certainly. And she's fairly durable as well, even though she basically has the defensive profile of a 5-wound Marine. Still has some durability in addition to just having 5 wounds, which is pretty nice. She is accompanied by 3 command drones, a command link drone, and 2 shield drones, which are actually super shield drones. They're better than the standard shield drone, and you can only have 1 of her in your army, of course. She comes equipped with 2 fusion blasters. Those are just standard fusion blasters. In the past, she used to have a special ability that allowed her to use them differently, but basically everybody has that ability now, so just 2 fusion blasters on her, which is fine. She has the For the Greater Good special ability, as well as a Master of War special ability, allowing her to call Manka or Kayun. Manka allows you to advance and fire as if you hadn't for Shadowsun and all Tau units within 6 inches. And Kayun allows them to re-roll misses in the shooting phase if they don't move. So, 2 big different strategies there. The standard commander can call that ability once, and of course it doesn't matter how many commanders you have in your army, you can only call that ability once. But Commander Shadowsun has the ability to call the Master of War ability twice. She can call Kayun and Kayun, or Manka and Kayun, but not Manka and Manka. Only 2, and one of them has to be Kayun. Alright. Because she's basically a souped-up stealth suit, she has camouflage field, which just subtracts 1 to hit rolls against her or her command drones. She's an infiltrator, allowing her to deploy outside your deployment zone. She has a 5-up invulnerable save. And then she basically gives nearby stealth suits the ability to act as bodyguards. For Farsight, as a comparison, he doesn't have this ability because you can take Crisis bodyguards, which have it inherently. Shadowsun, on the other hand, there is no stealth bodyguard unit, so she has to be able to give this ability to other stealth suits. And so stealth suits allow that. Stealth suits nearby Shadowsun are allowed to intercept wounds for her. Basically like the old Lookout Sir mechanic. And then as far as her 2 drones go, they've actually kind of they're kind of okay. The command link drone allows nearby units to re-roll hit rolls of 1, which is the same thing as a single marker light or a multi-tracker. So not fantastic. It's pretty redundant, but it does give you some marker light independence if you wanted to use marker lights on something else, or you just couldn't get that one extra marker light off. This is your way to do that. And then the shield drones, like I said, they're better than the standard shield drones. They have a 3-up invulnerable save, which is really nice. Shadowsun is probably going to be surrounded by stealth suits, but even if she isn't, having those shield drones nearby is really useful because she doesn't have a ton of wounds, and that makes her susceptible to small arms fire, but also multi-wound shots pretty easily. Of course, the challenge there is actually getting those hits to land on her, which is not very easy considering she is a character and she has that -1 to hit. So she can be pretty tricky to pin down, and so is fairly durable despite not having a ton of wounds. Right. So overall, she has some good applications relative to a standard commander. Same thing with Farsight, as we talked about yesterday. She is going to have a more specialized role. A standard commander is going to be the better option, on paper in a vacuum, but she can open up some interesting tactical options that you don't really get as well with a standard commander. Standard commander is going to be more of a blunt force weapon, whereas Shadowsun's going to be a little bit more nuanced. She's going to be working well with stealth suits and ghost keels, and is going to do very well in basically a pincer maneuver. So I think the way to use her is throw her next to a unit of stealth suits and a ghost keel. They can be deployed on one end of your table, so basically like on your left flank. And then on your right flank, you can deploy some other big unit, whether that's hammerheads or riptide or some crisis suits or other crisis commanders. Do something like that to basically split the opponent in half. They have to go one way or the other, and either way they're opening themselves up to the other side of the table. When you pair Shadowsun with a ghost keel, she doesn't gain the benefit of the stealth drones, of course, but it's pretty trolly because they have to shoot at the ghost keel or the ghost keel stealth drones before they fire at Shadowsun, and knocking down a ghost keel is not very easy. So pairing her with the ghost keel actually works out very well, and then of course you always have the stealth suits there for extra damage, but also more wounds and to add more protection to her. So I like the ghost keel stealth suit Shadowsun combo as a way to basically have this pincer force moving up the battlefield and taking out a flank of the enemy, pushing that flank and making the opponent not just advance forward. And I think that's the key with both Shadowsun and Farsight, is that they open up your opponent to a threat that they just wouldn't deal with otherwise. She will want to use Monka to get upfield quickly, especially with her positioning and relatively short range of both her fusion blasters, but also accompanying burst cannons and stealth suit teams. You're going to want to use Monka to get up the field quickly and still be able to fire at full efficiency. And then following that, once you've eliminated a target, or once you've reached the target, you can use Kayun to make sure that they stay down effectively. So I think that's kind of the 1-2 punch of Shadowsun. Yeah, and that's about it. She's useful. I think she can put out some punches, but of course, like I said, a commander is going to be a better all-around choice because it's going to be putting out more damage, but she can be an interesting component of your strategy and the tactics that you employ that a commander just can't do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you're using Shadowsun and she's working out great, or you've used her and she just isn't pulling her weight. Either way, let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching and happy wargaming.